What's up, YouTube? About to record episode 43 of the Ask Stevie show here. Haven't really thought about what I'm going to say. I don't love this question, but it's come in like 3 times, so I'm just going to answer it. So let's go to Audacity and record. All right. Hey, welcome back, friends, family, followers. Today's question, I'll be honest, I don't love it. I'm not stoked about answering it, but it came in like 3 times, worded 3 different ways. So I may as well get this out of the way. And I'll say the reason I don't love this question is because I feel it is needlessly polarized. I can't think of any other thought dichotomy in society that's more emotionally charged than, quote, flat earthers versus, I guess, mainstream outer space model. I mean, it doesn't even seem real or serious, but it is. So I'll tell you, the question is Earth a ball? The answer is I don't know. I've never personally left Earth far enough to look down at it and figure out what exactly it is, what's around it, what the lights and objects in the sky are. That being said, I'm also not a flat earther. I've watched a total of maybe 2.5 of those garbage, ridiculous disc in space with a dome on top of it, whatever videos on YouTube. So that's not where I'm coming from. Please don't think that. And I feel that in a lot of ways, the mainstream outer space model promoted by NASA, promoted by textbooks in school and public education, I feel in many ways is just as silly, is just as based on assumptions, underlying assumptions, as the flat earth stuff is. So again, my answer is I don't know. I truly don't. Let me think about, I gotta pause this YouTube because I don't plan my episodes, and sometimes I hit these brain zaps and I'm like, what do I want to say here? Like, what feels important to share? What do I want people to walk away with? Without triggering people's defense mechanisms. I'll give you an example of how the Stephen Safak approach to truth seeking is so radically different than anything else that's out there. Because I might ask myself, who benefits if I believe this? Who benefits if I believe this? And you'll notice not only the silly flat earth model, not only the silly sphere earth model, which both have inconsistencies, but also other alternative rabbit holes that you may not even be aware of, like concave earth, which is promoted by a guy called Wild Heretic. And he asserts that we are living on the inside of a giant hollow sphere, and like the moon and the sun and the stars are all in the center, like in a smaller ball, and we're living on the edge of a giant sphere. And so it solves some of the cosmological issues raised by the sort of Galileo Newtonian lineage model. Now, that being said, all 3 of those, as well as other potential rabbit holes, like we're in a alien spaceship or a prison planet, or, like I said, the disk domed in Earth, all of those models Eliminate the possibility of additional land masses, additional hidden land masses that you wouldn't see on your ordinary world map. And it makes sense to me because anyone with power, attention, prestige, influence, with a target on their back, number one, they hate the masses. They typically don't think the average person is great to hang out with. They like privacy. And so the idea of having a place to go that most of the world doesn't know about, excuse me, regardless of which model those citizens, civilians believe, whether they're flat earthers, whether they're NASA believers, whether they're concave earthers, whatever, all of them are ignoring completely the possibility of additional continents, additional land masses that are terrestrial. You know what I mean? Like, even if the Earth was just bigger, forget all the nonsense. Pretend NASA's true, 100%, but the Earth is just 10% bigger. That's still 10% additional hidden land that you could, essentially hide from, based on how you project the map, based on how you display. So that's kind of my thinking, right? The people that write these textbooks, they lie about everything else. The government agencies, aside from NASA, lie about everything else. And you follow patterns, these people are concerned about maintaining power and control, not much else. So to take it at face value, regardless of your information source, is just insane to me. So I prefer the term independent cosmologist. Like I said, I think there's definitely hidden lands. I think certain things don't line up with NASA's model. At the very least, the Earth has to be larger. Or maybe it is flat and continuous. Maybe it goes on for a very long time. Maybe it's a quantum projection and whatever we believe is true. And so by controlling the people's beliefs, you can actually control the physical laws. You know what I mean? That's a whole other layer that would just almost invalidate everything I've discussed so far. So it's really important to keep an open mind, no matter what you're talking about. And then the reason it's hard here is because it's so central to how you see yourself and the world around you when you're placed in it. Whether you're a flat earther, whether you're a traditional mainstream science believer, whether you're a religious person who believes it was created 7,000 years ago, whatever, alien prison planet spaceship people, shout out to all my people. My point is, regardless of what you believe, it's about everything around you. It's about where you are in life, what this place is, what this reality is. So it's not nice, first of all, to run around and telling people you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're stupid, you're stupid. It just creates more emotional charge instead of more openness and more relaxation around the topic. I mean, imagine if you could discuss different cosmological models, of which there are hundreds I haven't even touched on. There are dozens of alternatives to NASA's model by other independent astronomers that have passed on but left historical marks. I think Tyson is a name that comes to mind. I'm not recalling it correctly, but there's also Ken Wheeler, electromagnetic universe stuff, electric universe stuff. So, you know what I mean? The truth is probably somewhere in between all of these dozens of cosmological models. But if you're devoutly watching these raving lunatics on YouTube talk about, the last days and shit, or you're just regurgitating exactly what's in a textbook without criticizing it even a speck, regardless, you're being silly. I think this is important. I think debate's important, healthy debate, not being emotional about debating, but being happy or positive about debating, associating positive emotions with debate instead of negative ones. I've always made a point to do that since I read about Greek philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, last great Roman emperor, father of Stoicism, he talks about the role of debate in society. And I was like, that vibes, because I love arguing and I've never taken stuff personally or felt angry at a person for disagreeing. My mom's a Christian. My dad's a Muslim. They had real love. They had me. I was born of real love. So what does that tell you? The core beliefs you can disagree on. It's okay. It really is. You can still get stuff done together, build things together, create things together, run a business, run a household, run a city, whatever you want to do, you can collaborate. In third dimension, many paths to the same end. Is it saying every religion has a God, but it's the same one? And just like we can respect other people of faiths, why can't we respect people that have different cosmological conclusions? It's like not everyone that disagrees with NASA is drooling on YouTube, and not everyone that thinks YouTube is ridiculous is jerking off to NASA textbooks. Like, let's just calm down and meet in the middle. Anyway, I've used up your time, and I hope you make today amazing. Take care. I think I did okay. I think I expressed what I wanted to express in that episode. It's pretty intense, to be honest. Appreciate you watching YouTube. Throw some likes, thumbs up if you enjoyed it. See you next time.